run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer. Why are we so ashamed to be alive? Break the chains and our freedom's ours to take. Going harder, we are more than numbers, standing in this aid. Going louder, we are all one color, standing in their way. Join the army of the shadows. Join the army of the shadows. Join the army of the shadows. Shadows, shadows. Join the army of the shadows. Join the army of the shadows. Going harder, we are more than numbers, standing in their shade. Going louder, we are all one color, standing in their way.
Seems Frost shares my hatred towards the delivery men known as the Kingdoms. I suppose, then, it should make me a little bit cautious of her because I do not know her exact reasoning. Makes her a bit more unpredictable because I assumed that the caravan would have been a one-time occurrence or just a rare scenario. However, the fact that she knows about the Noctua name and also references them having been her allies at one point is quite interesting because who is she to make claims that I'm not a true Noctua and I have no right to use the family banner, as she holds no connection to the family as far as I'm aware. That is something I'm gonna have to look into. However, now I suppose there's more urgent matters that require my attention rather than Frost herself, even if that is an interesting case scenario. Based off recent hits and scouting procedures, it seems the Fire Kingdom's trade routes have been moving. It's not necessarily a good thing, because with more trade routes that means they can claim more territory, because I do not know the trade routes to hit them, and I don't know if there's anyone else besides possibly Frost who could be hitting these trade routes, or even if there's anybody who knows these new trade routes that I need to find. My options to find them are slim. Interrogating a guard will likely never work due to censorship, or they may just keep silent until they're offed, because it's not far out to say that my tempo with the kingdoms is very low or thin. However, that leaves one option and one option only to find these trade routes, and that is to go to the heart of this issue. Meaning, we'll have to infiltrate the Fire Kingdom itself without getting caught. Otherwise, I could have an army on me. And while I'm sure I can handle a squad or two of Fire Kingdom on my own, having a full army marching at me does not seem like an appealing scenario, especially with what happened way back then. Suppose that just means I have to find some way to get to the Fire Kingdom to my south, and then sneak my way in, possibly where would the plans even be? Probably the barracks, if anything. If I infiltrated the barracks, I can probably find a commanding officer's room, and then have some sort of orders or plans of future trades that I can base my next actions off of. And then I'll have new trade routes I can stake out and keep an eye on in order to limit the amount of resources the kingdoms can gain or transport. That would be preferable, yes. It's a risky job, but once again, who else is gonna do it if I don't? Should have the skill to do it too. Um, what armor to bring? If I'm infiltrating a barracks, I want to be light, which wants me to lean away from dragon steel. However, I don't think battle mage is gonna cut it. If I have if the case scenario happens where I have to fight an entire barracks and army, Dragon Steel would probably be preferable no matter the noise or weight to it. While it may slow down my speed, the protection it gives is invaluable, especially for an operation such as this. Yes, I suppose I'm gonna have to go with the Dragon Steel on this one. Maybe not the helmet, because I don't want to limit my vision, and that would just increase the weight to an unnecessary amount. What I used against Hydra, just the body of it, and the legs and boots should be fine. Yes, I suppose I should start staking out the Fire Kingdom. I'll take my armor and then we'll leave tonight. Tonight we'll go and suppose we'll go and find our way in. Well then, just leaves us to wait for the sun to set. If I'm correct. Yes. The lovely time known as sunset. It's truly beautiful, especially knowing that when the sun goes down, my enemy's visibility decreases. And that just makes sneaking into the Fire Kingdom or finding a way in so much easier to do without getting caught. I suppose I should start making my way to the kingdom. If my calculations are right, by the time I reach the Fire Kingdom, it should be around midnight. Should leave the guards either tired, and then their wisdom is decreased, and then they won't see me, or asleep. Hopefully the kingdom's not stupid enough to leave its walls and towers and stuff. If so, then that would make this too easy. Well then, I guess off to the kingdoms I go. 30. Fire Kingdom should be just over this hill. Seems there is lookouts. However, this dark cover should help me remain hidden. The nice thing about the kingdom deciding to settle within the mountain ranges, it's easy to find cover, as the towers are not on top of the mountain itself, and I can use the natural terrain that the kingdom uses for defense as cover to look out and avoid being spotted, especially dark like this. Oddly, it seems that the rural area of the Fire Kingdom lacks any lookout towers. So, as long as I stay within this side of the mountain range, I should be able to avoid my movement being spotted from the towers. So long as I can keep as much cover as I can. and then avoid being too quick when I'm in the vision. My movement should not be seen from the towers themselves. Why the Fire Kingdom thought it was a good idea to have towers only on the inside of the kingdom, I do not know, but it seems they were smart enough in order to retain a defense of lookouts on top of their towers. Seems like that's the barracks over there. Seems like some sort of meetings are happening based off if that's the meeting room over there. Considering it seems like people are sitting down, I'd come to the conclusion that it most likely is the meeting room, as I would infer. There seems to be two guards on the entrance, and then at least one, maybe two, based off the downstairs door on the balcony. On the inside, I can see at least two within the meeting room itself, likely more. The meeting room guards likely won't be too much of an issue as they seem unarmed while they're in the meetings. By the time I get to them in the actual attack, if they're still like they are now, then it should be easier said than done. Because as long as I kill them before they can get their weapons, then they are not a threat to me. So that leaves two hostiles on the balcony that need to be neutralized as soon as I get into the balcony. Then, if I remain quiet, I can possibly avoid detection from the two guards on the outside or avoid them notifying any other guards. Worst case scenario, if they run inside, then I can handle them. If they notify other guards, then things will not be going well for me. Unable to tell if there's any more from this far. However, knowing where the barracks is half the ploy. Now, it seems like the barracks is close enough to those trees and mountainside to get on top of that roof there. So that should allow me to get in. Going on the outward side of the mountain would allow me to avoid these lookout towers and also visual from guards down there in front of the castle gate. Well, if anybody's were to see me, then that would not go well for me, as it would make me a suspect and then my face could possibly be out there. And I would rather not be hunted anytime soon. Seems the entrance tunnel is right there and below me, so possibly have to be careful of any guards moving through that tunnel. As long as I remain on top of this mountainside here, I should be mostly in the clear, as I highly doubt any guard is going to climb over the mountain rather than walking through their conveniently placed tunnel through it. So as long as I remain on the outward side of the mountain and out of the guard's view, I should be okay. Well then, I suppose it's only time to go back home and prepare for this attack before possibly should hit the tomorrow night. Yes, tomorrow night should do the trick. Hopefully the guards are down enough and they're still within meetings. That way I can hopefully get whatever information they're talking about. Even if it's not trade route information, then it could still possibly give me an advantage on the kingdoms. Well then, I suppose it's time to prepare and then give the kingdoms a little bit of a surprise tomorrow night. Okay, it's time to start this operation. have all the Hydra arrows within my possession to make sure that nobody survives tonight. And I have no runners. The knights at the gate seem distracted, so let's get this operation started then. Hello, boys. Hold this for me, would you, you delivery boy? Now, how about you two hold a little bit of that for me, would you? And you two come here. Well then, your heads can go rolling too. Yes, this seems to be a new trade patterns. You just need to come over here, grab this. I have to get out of here now. I think I woke some of the guards. Well, let's go. Phew, that was a close one. Well then, now home sweet home. And safe and sound. Let's just put the traders there for now. I can look them over later. Actually, maybe we can use this to see how trustworthy Frost really is. Let's make a copy of this, and then we can bring that copy to Frost. And if Frost doesn't alert the kingdoms that I know of their trade routes, then possibly actually trust Frost and might have an ally. Well then, let's get to work. And that's the copy complete. Alright. So, it should still be dark. Don't think it took me that long. However, yes, it's still night. Perfect. Then that means I should be able to reach Rosie's place and then hopefully not be caught by her. If I'm able to get this placed nearby her place of residence without being noticed, then this might go well. I just hope she doesn't think it's a trap. Doesn't look like anybody's out and about. And doesn't look like she's in those immediate rooms she may see me from. To get this done quick, if she's out, I don't know how much longer she'll be out for. And it's a bit of an open area for my tastes. So, it should make it so she knows it's me. Yes, that should do it. Just a little poem about the rising moon, anyway. After all, the banner of the Noctua is pretty much a risen moon. Creatures of the night, after all. Let's hope Rosie takes that well and doesn't report it to the kingdoms. But that will determine whether or not I can trust her. If the kingdoms continue using those trade routes, and it's not a trap, or I don't run into her and get attacked, then she could be a trustable ally. Well then, I think that's it for the day. I think I can finally call it a night. And then think about how to purchase trade loots at a later date. Well then, that was a episode of DLL. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. This is Vortex signing out. Peace. Also, play.